Paul Kelly, an Italian-American-born Paolo Antonio Vaccarelli, founded the 5 Points Gang, which was mostly made up of Italians at the time. The 5 Points Gang had a reputation for brutality, and they frequently fought to the death in battles with rival gangs. When Kelly recruited the remaining members of other 5 Points gangs, such as the Dead Rabbits and Yos, into his growing gang, the gang gained more power and members. As time passed, Jewish, Polish, and Eastern European immigrants were added to the ranks of the 5 Points Gang, making them even more powerful and influential. Al Capone came from the James Street Gang and later led the Chicago outfit. In his youth, Charles Lucky Luciano joined the 5 Points Gang and went on to become the country's most powerful criminal. Kelly and his associates saw the money to be made by supporting corrupt politicians in their election bids as the 5 Points Gang gained experience. The gang helped city officials of the Democratic Party political machine Tammany Hall retain power by threatening voters, falsifying voter lists, and stuffing ballot boxes. At the turn of the 20th century, the 5 Pointers' only rivals were Monk Eastman's gang. The rivals fought over a territory on Manhattan's Lower East Side. Eastman was shot in the stomach by a 5 Pointer in 1901, but he survived. In retaliation, one of his crew members killed the 5 Pointer. By 1903, the feud had erupted into open warfare between the two gangs. Kelly, Torrio, and 50 of the 5 Pointers were involved in a gun battle with Eastman's gang in one incident. The battle, which lasted several hours, forced city police to withdraw from the scene, while 3 men were killed and many were injured. When the police finally took control of the situation, they arrested Eastman, but he was only detained for a few hours. After Eastman swore his innocence, a Tammany-controlled judge released him. The general public was outraged by the street fighting. A Tammany Hall deputy named Tom Foley summoned Kelly and Eastman and informed them that if the border dispute was not resolved, neither would receive political protection. They restored peace for a short time, but violence flared up again within 2 months. Officials gathered the two leaders and had them challenge each other in a boxing match, with the winner's gang claiming the disputed territory. Hundreds of men from both sides gathered in the Bronx at an abandoned house. Kelly had been a boxer in his younger days and was expected to perform better in the early rounds, but Eastman was a larger man who fought fiercely. The fight lasted 2 hours, and both men had taken a lot of punishment by the end, but neither had been knocked out, so the match was declared a draw. The gang leaders then informed their men that the war was not over. It was at this moment Tammany Hall officials decided to support the 5 Points crew and withdraw any legal or political assistance for Eastman and his gang. Eastman was beaten unconscious by a police officer who had foiled a robbery in progress in 1904. Eastman was found guilty and sentenced to 10 years in Sing Sing prison in Ossining, New York.